125. Welcome to another episode of Lindsay's Library. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 2 of You Can't Eat Your Chickenpox, Amber Brown by Paula Danziger, illustrated by Tony Ross. Let's get started. First stop, London, England. Amber Brown in London, England. I like the way that sounds. I wonder if I'll come back with an English accent. I wonder if I'll meet any kings and queens when I visit their castles. And I wonder if they'll let me try on their crowns. I wonder what it's going to be like to spend 2 weeks alone with my Aunt Pam in a foreign country. I know that there is this amazing clock in London named Big Ben. And I wonder if there's also a small Ben, a medium Ben, and an extra large Ben. Second stop, Paris, France. I'll stay with my dad, and Aunt Pam will stay with her friends. I, Amber Brown, am one very excited kid. Amber, honey. My mother walks into my bedroom and puts a pile of clothes on the bed. This is the last time we pack your duffel bag. I'm serious. Flopping on my bed, she lies down next to my duffel bag, puts my baseball cap over her face and pretends to cry. I'm going to miss you, but it's great that you're going. I just wish I didn't have to spend the time before you go nagging about packing. I decide to help her out. Don't worry, Mom, you just lie there and I'll yell at me for you. I pull the baseball cap off her face and then walk over to the mirror and say in my most grown-up voice, Amber Brown, this is absolutely the last time you pack. Absolutely. Last, final. No more packing. You're driving your mother crazy. Pack, unpack, repack. 3 weeks ago, your Aunt Pam calls and tells you about the trip. You hang up, run to your room, pack. Then your father sends you some clothes from France. You unpack and repack. You try to sneak extra things into your duffel bag. You're stuffed, and there's the mother sitting on the bed. And I'm not sure what's in the background. And then, your stuffed animals, your Monopoly game, Tarzan the Ape, Rockin' Rocky. Your own very tired mother has to go through the bag and take them all out. You pack, unpack, and repack. My mother's laughing. Putting my hand down on my hip, I keep staring at the mirror and continue to lecture myself. Amber, this is no laughing matter. Look at the mess you've made. Enough is enough. And there she is, sitting on her bed, looking at the mirror, pointing at herself, I guess. I stamp my foot and then turn to my mother. Is that good enough? Did I leave anything out? Good enough. She motions me over to get me a hug. To get a hug. I hopscotch over. Pack, unpack, repack. We hug. The telephone rings. I rush over and pick up the portable. A man asks to speak to Sarah, my mother. Who is this? I ask. Max, the man answers. You must be Amber. I turn to my mother. Some guy named Max, and he knows my name. She smiles. Then as she takes the phone out of the room, she starts talking to him in this very nice voice. I hear her say, I can't wait to see you either. And I was so worried about her being lonely. All of a sudden, I, Amber Brown, have a lot of questions. So who's Max? I asked. When she comes back, I, Amber Brown, won't answers. He's the brother of a friend of mine at work, she smiles. He asked me out. A date? I gasp. Didn't you tell him that you don't go out on dates? That you and Dad are just separated? No, she sighs, and brushes the hair out of my eyes. Honey, I told Max that I will go out with him. Darling, you've got to accept that your dad and I are going to get a divorce. We haven't lived together for 6 months, and we're never going to live together again. I think that it's time for me to start seeing other people, don't you? No. I plop down on the bed and pout. I want you and Daddy to get back together. Again. I don't want you to go out with other guys. Are you going to marry this guy? Make me live with lots of stepbrothers and sisters, half-brothers and sisters? It's just a date, my mother laughs. I watch talk shows, I say. I know what can happen. My mother motions for me to stand up and come over to the duffel bag. Then she hands me the 2 sweatshirts that my father sent from France, one of the Eiffel Tower and one from Euro Disney. It was nice of Daddy to send these so I can wear them in London, I say, packing them. He could have waited until I got to Paris. Then we would have had to buy more clothes here. See, Mom, he's being helpful, thinking about what we need. She looks at me. Amber, no matter what has happened between your father and me, I don't want you to ever forget that your father loves and misses you very much. I know that you miss him, and that it's important for you to visit him. She pauses for a minute, thinks, and then repeats, visit him. I miss him a lot, I say. Don't you? Quickly she shakes her head and loudly says no. I can tell that my mother doesn't want to talk about my father anymore, so I don't say more about him. My mother closes the luggage, pulls a little combination lock out of her pocket, and puts it on the bag. I don't know the combination. I tug at her sleeve. Exactly, she says. That way you can't add one more thing to the bag. We look at each other. Let's have some ice cream. She smiles. Chocolate chip with cookie dough? I lick my lips. She nods, and then starts to hopscotch out of the room, saying, pack, unpack, repack. I follow it, doing the same thing. Hopping, I think about how much I'm going to miss her, even though I really want to go. I wonder what's going to happen to her while I'm away. I, Amber Brown, am going to talk to my dad. Maybe he can move back, and they can learn to love each other again. Maybe. And that ends Chapter 2 of You Can't Eat Your Chicken Pox, Amber Brown. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Lindsay's Library. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see next week's episode where I'm going to be reading Chapter 3. And yeah, that's it for book talk here. Other things you can do besides liking and subscribing are you can check out my links down in the description below. The first of which is for my affiliate with So Sick Clothing. There's a promo code for that will get you 15% off site-wide. That promo code is LGrace15. And there you can also, yeah. The other links are my website, my social media, my merch store, all those good little things. Thanks for watching, and above all else, stay fabulous. Bye!